You know, sometimes we think about the whole idea of how do I pass on wisdom to anybody and think, one, what wisdom do I have? But I can't put together a formal book or be a professor or write something for this. But that's not where most things happen. They happen in little moments. I remember as a child seeing my father, and I grew up on a farm, parked at the end of the row, and he never did that. He always jumped out of the car and came after me for something. And I was driving a tractor and I got up there and I could see him in tears. Never seen him in tears before. And I knew he had been to the doctor because my sister, my younger sister, had had all kinds of problems. And he came back from the doctor and they told him that she had leukemia. And back then, leukemia was a death sentence. There was nothing you could do. And I remember him just sitting there in tears, talking to me and saying, "Son, can we just sit here for a moment?" He didn't have to say anything, but he trusted me. And he needed me and I needed him. Just a small moment that wasn't scripted. Another one happened to me recently. I was talking to my 7-year-old grandson, Benjamin. And I was talking to him about his uncles, my 2 youngest sons, who happened to be black, and was telling him stories about how when they were little, sometimes the police would follow them home because they were black. And he looked at me, kind of questioning in his eyes, and said, "Well, Grandpa, that's dumb. Why would they do that?" And that led to a whole discussion about race and discrimination. And it's not easy to explain things like that to a 7-year-old. But he was enamored with that and wouldn't let it go. And the next morning he brought it up with his family. And we ended up with a whole discussion of race and discrimination and why people see each other differently. Just a moment that happened, not a planned lecture.